All right, we're back with a new NoGi Driller's Guide. And the thing with today is I want to keep improving this project. And it's really important that I try to figure out every way to improve it, whether it's the videoing, the voiceovers, getting more people involved, getting more people to start exploring drilling. And so Austin has joined us this evening on trying to He's been really obsessed with drilling lately, and the whole goal is he wants to improve too. So he joined us and we accomplished, I want to say, 6 NoGi Driller's Guide videos that we'll be releasing over the next month. And Brandon today wanted to work on kind of like a modified reverse deli hiva, a sweep where he's going to basically have a reverse deli hiva and kind of a modified, foot on the hip, extending his hips, trying to think about how to sweep, how to come up, how to chase the back. And that's the thing, when you start drilling, it feels awkward, it feels like it's not correct, it feels like it won't work. But I've always said that the one thing that I've really always said that has stuck with me is everything's gonna work. Everything is going to work if you put the amount of reps and the amount of detail into your technique. And that's what Brandon's doing right now. Sure, it's a little sloppy. Sure, it's trying to figure out the mechanics of it. And this is only a 5-minute drilling session. So even if he doesn't fully get it right now, even if he doesn't fully master this concept or this technique, it's teaching him how to understand his body. It's teaching him how to use the mechanics and the technique. And I promise by doing this in 2 to 3 months, it's gonna click. And once it clicks, the really cool thing about this whole NoGi Driller's Guide is it's gonna click, and then the videos that we're creating and the content we're creating, you're gonna get to see. Like if you start joining this NoGi Driller's Guide playlist and you start from the beginning, you're gonna get to see the advancements and the progression that each one of us makes and how we kind of figure out how to create the perfect technique or the perfect style or the perfect game, or just even the biggest thing that I'm kind of doing with my whole progression of my journey is as you watch a video, as you watch each one of these videos, what are you learning from them? What are you taking away from them? And how exactly can you improve and apply whatever you're seeing right now to your game, right? So I watch a lot of people watch content, and it's like sometimes the content applies to them, sometimes it doesn't. But I think when you're watching content, if you can just get to the point where you see one detail, one hand grip, one foot grip, right now I think Brandon is just a little bit confused. And he even said that during the session. He was like, I don't really understand what I'm trying to do here. I don't really understand. I don't remember exactly what I watched. And because that's what we're doing. We're all watching footage, we're analyzing the footage, and then we are adding the details and we're drilling. So right now, he's trying to learn how to use his sweep, learning how to use the mechanics of knocking his opponent over. And the big thing is, and especially in NoGi, it's so hard to think about what grips, what foot placement, what hooks, so that you're making sure that you can maintain your opponent. Like, you don't want to create something where you just knock the person over and then you can't come up for the takedown, or you apply something and then you come up into a really bad situation, or you get your feet hanging. Like, these are all things that now Brandon's at that purple belt stage. He's exploring his open guard. And the one thing that I had to do when I ran into that situation was I had to realize that my feet constantly were hanging all over the place. Like, I think sometimes when Brandon's drilling with me, he gets a little bit annoyed because he feels like, well, my technique's not where your technique is. But it's funny because at purple belt, I would like to see where my technique was at purple belt compared to his. Like, that would be a really cool format if I could look at what I was doing as a purple belt and see if, in some areas Brandon would probably be ahead, in some areas Brandon would be behind. But it's cool because you judge your who you're drilling with or your technique off basically the standard. And right now, the standard is that I have improved and gotten to a different level. And it's not really fair for him to judge it off the level I am now. It would have to really judge it off the level I was then. And, that's it for this series. And I appreciate you guys for following us. Stay tuned in the future.